Doing great, Koby. I mean, you're just obviously on fire right now. I mean, just the basket feel just enormous. Everything's gonna go in.
Yeah, I mean, I get the confidence from the team, and the coaching staff. They do a really good job of just pouring in confidence to me and showing me how much they trust me. And then everything else just becomes easy. Once you're out on the floor, you're in the mood, and you're in the mode, and everything just kind of flows. It comes to you. So I just take my time with it, stay patient, and I know that it's gonna come around.
I think you're 15 out of 19. Do you remember the 15 or do you remember the 4?
I only remember this game, to be honest with you.
You don't dwell on the one you
Nah, I move on pretty quickly.
Are you shocked whenever you miss a three, like in practice?
For sure, yeah, for sure. I feel like I work too hard to be missing. But yeah, I mean, it's part of the game. It's gonna happen, but it's just about moving on to the next one. I try to do that as best as I can. Just anytime I miss the ball, just focus on the next one. Not to dwell on it too much.
How much more are you being asked to do here that you were maybe at your other place?
I feel like it's kind of a similar role. It's just about adjusting to the people around you. I feel like with certain lineups, I might have to do more than, with other certain lineups. So it's just about seeing who I'm on the floor with and then kind of adapting and going from there.
It's more than shooting. Is there more emphasis on the other parts of the game than it was today?
I mean, I think the stress about shooting kind of goes away a little bit just because we have so many other great shooters. Like seeing Jaxson today, he's back to what he does, and everybody else shoots the ball pretty well. So it kind of takes pressure off of myself a little bit more.
I guess I'm trying to get maybe we know you're a shooter. Do you defense when you rebound, all that stuff?
I'm trying to show different parts of my game, whether it's playmaking or rebounding, and just not trying to be one-dimensional. Thank you.
Your eyes kind of light up when you see guys go zone. Your eyes kind of light up when you see guys go zone.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think it's kind of surprising to me when the team goes zone against us, just because I don't think it makes too much sense, having a lot of shooters here. And so whenever I see it, I think it's a great opportunity for us to just light it up a little bit.
Do you feel like you guys are getting more comfortable with each other as the weeks go on?
Yeah, definitely. I think every practice, every game, we keep getting more comfortable just because we're spending more time on the floor with each other, on the court and off the court, and that always helps out, just knowing who you're playing with and being able to read their minds and them reading yours, and you kind of just start to flow with each other a lot better.
Koby, Coach said that you guys were not stressed. You don't do that. This team doesn't do that. You just show up and prepare. The question was asked him, was he worried about like a hangover after the Duke game, and he said, no, they don't ever stress. So is that true? Are you guys just free-flowing at all times, just preparing for the next day, next practice?
100%. I feel like, we probably take a couple minutes to celebrate a win, and after that, we're kind of just hungry for the next one.
That coach tonight of Lipscomb talked with us after the game, and he said that every time Koby Brea shoots it, I feel like it's going in. And, you're shooting 78% for the year. Is it kind of starting to feel like that, but still making sure you get the right shot?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just like, when you're shooting the ball at this level, people kind of think that you could just shoot anything. And the biggest thing that I think about is just making sure I take good ones. I don't want to force anything. I kind of just let the game come to me, like I've been saying.
You said last game that you said, well, one of the reasons that you're getting this kind of is they can't really lack off anybody. And the other coach tonight said, well, when they've got Butler hitting them and they've got Robinson hitting them and they've got Owe hitting them, you can't really just focus on Koby because then one of the other guys will hit him. Is it still feeling like that's helping you free up on some of these shots?
Yeah, most definitely. And I think it doesn't just free me up, but it frees up the other guys too. Just like you said, we have so many great shooters that on any given night, anybody can light it up, And you can't really pinpoint and focus on one player because everybody else is going to start to spark it up too. So you kind of got to pick your poison.
Is it music to your ears when Coach Pope said, we made 10, but we only took 25, we need 35?
I love the sound of that. Man. This is definitely music to my ears. I agree with him. I think we got to take more, and I'm pretty sure we'll work towards that.
You guys held them to something like 0 for 13, 0 for 14 from 3 to start the game. What is the staff emphasizing as far as three-point defense?
Yeah, I think we're really underrated defensively. Everybody focuses on our offense just because we shoot a lot of threes, we play fast, but our defense, man, is something else. We have a lot of dudes on this team that could really lock up, and it's really starting to show.
I see you're wearing 413.
With the missed shots, it was hard to think about that in the moment. But going back and watching the film and stuff like that, talking to the coaches, my teammates, I feel that way, yeah.
Is that something you highlighted, like watching a game film?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
And I know it's been a point of emphasis for you coming back this season to college. Just how gratifying was that, having a game like that against the top team?
I mean, that's how I'm going to get paid. So just making sure that I go out and produce on the defensive end. It's as simple as that.
It seemed like you made a concerted effort to really get your offensive game going early. Was that something that Hope asked you to do, or is that something you just did on your own?
No, just trying to get my buckets out of the flow of the offense, not trying to force anything. And I think it starts on the defensive end.
Coach talked about how he wasn't ever worried about you, but did it feel good to kind of get a few more going back in the hoop tonight and just kind of get that feel again?
I mean, yeah, it would for any player, I guess. But I know that like I said, one game doesn't define me as a player or a person. So just coming out and starting out fresh. I know my teammates and my coaches got my back. They got confidence in me. So just coming out and hooping, that's it.
What's it like when you hit that first one? Do you kind of have the confidence that it's going to be a good night?
I think every shot's going in. So, I mean, it's the same always. Doesn't matter when it is or where it's at.
You mentioned after the game here to the SEC Network crew about how you didn't like your body language against Duke. Just what was your body language like that, and did you have to address your teammates at all or anything, and how did you kind of overcome that to have a bounce-back game tonight?
I feel like everybody felt my frustration after the game. Obviously, I was happy that we won. It was a great win. Biggest win of my career personally. So, I mean, there's always a good side to it, but just being the leader that I am, especially trying to step into that role this year, I just wanted to play better for my team. That was it.
You talked in the preseason about how you thought this team was pretty far along as far as like cohesive. Have you been surprised though once the games have begun here how well you guys are connecting for 12 guys?
I don't think so. I mean, like I said, I felt like in the summer we had a lot of good. We were just connected. I don't know. It was just a little different than anywhere else I've been. So just the success that we've had this early in the season, I'm not surprised at all.
What do you pin that on? What's the reason for putting this?
I think just the togetherness, like I've been saying. Coach Pope was saying it in the summer, just taking time to build bonds with each other. I think that really paid off.
When Lamont is playing like he is offensively, what does that do for the offensive side of the ball when he's getting buckets like he did tonight?
Yeah, I mean, you know how he is on defense. He's a menace on defense, and then when he has it going on offense, it's tough to match up with. I think Lamont played great tonight. We needed him every single night, and I think he stepped into that leader role as well. So I'm super proud of him.
What do you think the biggest difference for you was between this game and maybe the Duke game, aside from maybe the quality of the team?
I don't know if there is anything different. I try to come out every game with the same mindset. Obviously, I feel like Duke was a little more honed in on me offensively. So just trying to get what I can and then coming out aggressive. Same thing this game.
We haven't had a chance to talk to us since the Duke game, obviously, but Andrew Carr, I know, is another guy who came in and wanted to kind of step up as a leader like you, like Lamont. Just what have you seen from him since you've gotten to know him, and especially
he was huge. Coach Pope was talking after the game just about how AC didn't have a great offensive night. I think he scored like 2 points, but he led the team in plus-minus tonight. So it doesn't always have to be you're the leading scorer of the team. You don't get all the publicity. You're not plastered all over social media, but that's what makes this team different. That's what makes us Kentucky. We feel like as long as we're all together, it doesn't matter who shines, but we just want to go out and win a championship. So that's been our main focus all season.
How difficult do you think that's going to be for other teams when there's probably like 7, 8 different guys on this team that could lead in scoring any given night?
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of teams that can do that. So just trying to take advantage of it and play to the best of our abilities. Yep.
So with this team, I mean, how did you all kind of like really come together and develop that chemistry to the point where you're not just throwing bad passes? Like tonight, you all only had like 8 turnovers, and for a while you only had 6, 2 in the second half.
Can you repeat that question for me?
I mean, how have you all kind of bonded together and kind of know where each other is, so you don't commit those kind of careless mistakes?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's just reps and practice. That's it. I feel like we played enough together, and we built a bond off the court. I feel like those relationships matter on the court. So I don't know. I mean, I feel like just practice. That's it.
Do you guys feel like you're getting more comfortable together on and off the court as the weeks go by?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I think you can see it out on the court. We've had success, so just as long as we outlast the other team in those 40 minutes, that's all that matters.
I know it's very early, but has this whole experience kind of gone the way you had hoped to this point?
Yeah, I mean, it's still early, but I think we're heading in the right direction, and hopefully we can end it with a championship.
Jaxson, apologize if you didn't start the quarter. Like at first, you gave a team to make 10 threes in 4 straight games and do so efficiently. What does that say about this team?
I mean, we're a real threat from 3, obviously, and then I think it shows our unselfishness also. Just the ball movement that we have and the togetherness. I think it's really dangerous.
You like to hear Coach say he would rather see something like 35 threes rather than 25 threes?
Yeah, I mean, that's always exciting for a player to hear the confidence that your coach has in you and your teammates. But, you know, at the end of the day, we still won the game, so that's all that matters.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You said you worked a lot on your shooting. Did you on just repetition or your mechanics, or what did you focus on?
Yeah, I mean, this summer it was just a lot of reps. I mean, this summer, last summer, it was just a lot of reps. I feel like I have a good form, good mechanics. I think I get my feet in place, almost every shot. But just getting the reps and repping out makes, and I was able to shoot with all these guys, Koby and Travis and guys like that, Ansley. So I was able to build my confidence, and just every game I'm ready to shoot.
Is it easier to pull the trigger too when you're playing on a team where the coach wants you to shoot threes?
Oh, for sure. I mean, he doesn't back down from any shot. If I feel comfortable shooting it, he's comfortable with it. So he definitely gives us confidence to go out there and just make shots and make plays.
Coach mentioned before this game he really wanted to focus on defense and kind of hone in. You are one of the better defensive players that I've seen on the floor. How do you kind of rally the troops and kind of get the defensive end working for your team?
Yeah, I mean, I try to go every night and, bring the defensive energy from my standpoint, just trying to disrupt, trying to get to the guards and things like that. And I think that just rubs off on other guys. They want to get out there and be able to disrupt and do things like that. But we have a good defensive team. Ortega, Amari, they're dogs on defense, and then the other guys, they're just out there, getting deflections and things like that, and being solid. And credit to Andrew, he had another tough matchup at the 4 again, and he held his own. So we just continue to be great on that end.
Pope talked about not believing in letdown games. What is your stance on that? Like,
on a letdown game?
Yeah.
What you mean by that?
Like coming off of a big Duke win
Okay.
to not even worry about letting that linger, the celebration linger too long.
I got you. Yeah. Now he just preached to us that every next game is your biggest game of your life, and I think that's how we approached it. And we really focusing on Lipscomb. They're a good team. Very dangerous actions that they run, and they're really good. So we just have to focus in on them, and play to our standards. And our standards is excellence. And we went out there, guarded them, pretty good. And offensively, we were able to get good shots. So we just went out there and played our game, and the results was a big win.
For your career, you've not been particularly known as an elite 3-point shooter, and teams when they're scouting you, they continue to go underneath these ball screens, and you continue to punish teams from the 3. So what does that say? How much confidence do you have in your shot right now, and how much are you looking to grow in that area throughout the season? Yeah, I have a lot of confidence in my shot. I work on it every day, especially that under shot. Guys have been going under a lot, so I work on that almost every day. Just getting the reps of that. Tonight I was able to hit some good shots. So I'm just going to continue to shoot it when I'm open and shoot with confidence.
What does it mean to be a part of the first Kentucky team that's hit 10 3-point shots in the first 4 games? It's crazy to think about, but it's not surprising with the guys that we got on our team. We got some elite shooters, Koby, Travis, Ansley, Jaxson, the list goes on, honestly. But it's not surprising. Everybody puts in the work, on a daily. So we just go out there, play our game, have fun, and that's the result of it.
Did you know Jaxson was going to have a big game tonight?
Yeah, we always count on Jaxson to have big games. I think every game he's going to do that. Last game he didn't, have his best scoring night. But, today he came out focused and he had some great shots. Defensively he was great this game, last game. So he's a big part of our team, and we count on him every night.
the UK Sports Video, they released the documentary following the Duke game, and in the huddle there, you can see Mark Pope kind of predicts the Cooper Flag spin move where Ortega rips it away. So what does the national media maybe not know about Coach Pope and his acumen as X's and O's kind of guy?
Yeah, I mean, he's just very smart guy. He kind of knew. I mean, they were doing that a couple times in the game where they would ISO, Cooper and stuff like that. So, he was just ready for the moment. He didn't shy from that. He just locked in, told us what we needed to do, and we executed it to perfection. Ortega got a steal, and we got a big win. But that was a great win. We got to keep building on that. Great win tonight. Keep building on that, and just keep stacking wins.
How important was it to get Jaxson going tonight offensively after kind of a disappointing offensive performance last night?
It was great. I mean, I think Jaxson, he went back to the gym and he just put a lot of work in, and it paid off tonight. We saw him every day in there, getting shots after practice, before practice, things like that. So he's able to get himself going tonight. We expect that every night from him. I mean, he's a great scorer, a great leader for us, and we're going to just continue for him to get better throughout the year as we get better.
Do you feel like you have more freedom shooting the ball and more system?
I have a lot of freedom shooting the ball. I think everyone does. I think he's mentioned that everyone has the green light to shoot it. I mean, it's just our offense, the space that we have. We're able to just go out there and shoot with confidence every night, and we're just having fun out there playing free, and just going out there trying to win.
He made an interesting comment to us. He said, "We don't think about making shots; we just think about taking shots."
Oh, that's what he said.
Which is kind of the opposite of what you would think. A lot of people think, I gotta make this.
I think what he means by that is just he knows the caliber of guys that he got on the team, the shooters that we have. So I think the more that we take, the more we probably will make, because we have a lot of great talent, shooting the three-point line. So I think that's probably what he means by that.
What Kobe's doing kind of ridiculous right now.
Yeah, video game stuff.
You expect Flames to start coming out?
Maybe. Best shooter in the country, hands down, for sure.
You talked about that kind of offensive openness as part of the reason you wanted to come here and play football this season. Still, has that taken some getting adjusted to once these actual games have begun, like knowing that you have that line at all?
It was more in the summer, just getting adjusted. I mean, we repped it out so much, and I think I'm just comfortable now. I mean, there's so much space, so much freedom. We move the ball well. We have a lot of guys who are very unselfish, so we're all getting each other open shots and making plays for each other. So I think that makes it easier.
This is the first Kentucky team in program history to hit at least 10 3-pointers in the first 4 games. Does that surprise you at all that that's the case? Or?
Yeah, that doesn't really surprise me like that. I mean, you think about the caliber of shooters that we have on this team. Just starting with Koby, Jaxson, Travis, Ansley. Trent, myself. List goes on. We got great shooters, and every night everybody goes out there and shoots with confidence. I've seen them put the work in as well, so we're just reaping the benefit of that.
You talked about Jackson's leadership. He said after the game that he thought he'd let the team down with his body language against Duke. Just knowing his caliber and who he is as a leader, is kind of what's your stance on somebody like him having to say something like that?
Yeah, I mean, Jaxson, he's been great. I mean, I think he was probably harder on himself than everybody else was. But we count on him, depend on him to be out there every day, leading us, being a great teammate. And he had a great night tonight, so we're all happy for him, and we hope that he just continues to do that throughout the year. Even if he has a bad game, we're there to continue to help him and help him mentally and just getting back to the next game. One bad game can't hurt you. You got to keep being focused for the next one, because like tonight he had a big game, so just try to continue to have that mindset.
Yeah. Did you even notice that in the moment, the bad body language he was talking about, or is that something that you didn't really even know until he brought it up?
I didn't really notice that. I knew he was frustrated with himself, just from the game. I mean, he's a high-level scorer. He didn't really score much, but he was very active, just like in the huddles, talking a lot. Defensively, he was great. So it wasn't like a big notice, but we're happy to have him on the team. I mean, he had a great game today. We continue to hope that he has a better game like that.
Lamont, you've been 1 of 6 on three in the first 3 games. You go 3 for 3 tonight. Does that do anything for your confidence, or were you like, no, the shots are going to start falling eventually?
I feel like they were going to start falling eventually. I feel like I was taking good ones, just weren't falling. I work on it every day, and just God willing, it fell today. So I just continue to put in the work, let him do the rest.
Pope called you an elite level shooter. Is that how you would categorize yourself?
I try my best. it's tough calling myself an elite shooter when I'm around elite shooters, but I hold my own. I make shots. I can make shots at a high level too. So I put a lot of work in as well. So I just keep trying to continue to get better, and that's all I focus on.
The Lipscomb coach said that the team is unstoppable when you're making shots. You kind of get that same vibe?
I mean, I think so. I mean, I think a lot of teams are just trying to go under, my ball screens. If I'm, hitting that, I think just teams have to switch up their defense and things like that. I think it's kind of a dilemma because if I'm hitting shots, they have to let me, go to the rim. And I think that's, one of my elite, attributes, getting to the paint. So if I'm hitting shots, it's easier for me to, control the game in that way.
And just playing with these other guys, you consider elite. I mean, does that motivate you too? I mean, do you want to kind of feel like you want to throw your name in that discussion?
Talking about like shooting?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, I mean,
playing with those guys motivates you to want to try to get to like where you feel like they are.
Yeah, I mean, I work hard every day as well. I see them put in the work, so it's definitely motivating because they put in the work. We put in the work. We all motivate each other. We just go out there, have fun, play for each other. I think everybody knows that it's bigger than us. Having one game you might score a lot, next game you might not. So I think we just all just play for each other and just play to win.